New versions of anything are always a good thing. For example, I'm on my 7th version of my hairstyle, and my mom still makes fun of me. This is the version 2 of the Revel Ranger. This particular bike has been the bike I have personally ridden more than any other bike in the last 3 years.
No way!
When Revel introduced this, I kind of fell in love with it. It's just a really good quintessential general mountain bike. For how well it descends, it climbs incredibly well, it's fast, it's efficient, it's light. I just really like riding these bikes. Over the years, I've done custom builds on 2 of them, which you can see now. I just really have enjoyed riding this bike a lot. They've refined it a little bit. So what Revel has done with the version 2 of the Ranger, not anything crazy, which is good because I'm glad they didn't try and reinvent this bike. I really liked it the way it was. What they did is just good little noticeable refinements. Most importantly, I think, to people buying a bike this day and age is UDH. So the rear triangle is totally new, and now it is SRAM UDH compatible. That's the universal derailleur hanger, which means you can basically use a SRAM UDH derailleur hanger and put any derailleur you want, or you can have it be compatible and install the SRAM T-Type transmission, which is SRAM's latest and greatest drivetrain. If that is anywhere in your budget, I would highly consider it. We made a YouTube video about this, so did a ton of other people. It was big news in the mountain bike world because it's SRAM and it's a new drivetrain. To me, 2 things are amazing about it. You can shift under load completely. It's unbelievable. Wow. How well it shifts under load. Like, it literally doesn't matter. You could just completely shift under load, which really kind of changes the way you ride your bike. And number 2, it's so quiet. The way they've designed the clutch, basically the pulley wheels, the way this is all set up, is just silent. It really changes the way the bike rides because of that. I've spent so much time on the version 1, riding the version 2. The most notable thing in my head was just how silent it was, because I've never ridden a Ranger that had the transmission on it. So that was cool. And again, if it's in your budget, definitely consider it. Most importantly, having a bike that you're buying in 2023 or beyond, you gotta kind of make sure it has UDH on there. So that's an important thing. Glad Revel did that. They also did, speaking of the rear triangle, more clearance for the tire on the seat stay and the chain stay, which is really good. I've been running a 2.4 tire on my Ranger over the years, and in certain muddy scenarios and scenarios where I'm just really slamming the bike hard into corners, I can get the wheel to flex enough to buzz.
Drop down, snap, ah!
Either that seat stay or the chain stay, and yeah, it could have used some more clearance, and they knew that, they figured that out, and they did that. You can take a look right now at some of the tire buzz marks on my existing Ranger, and yeah, I think they solved that problem, so props Revel, good job. The other thing was chainring clearance and compatibility. This has got a lot more clearance there for that chainring, which just gives you the ability to run different sizes of ovals and different brand cranks and chainrings and not really have to worry about any clearance issues. Another thing that was a good welcome change that the version 1 needed. From an aesthetic standpoint, this yoke is now all hollowed out and looks absolutely awesome. I really like the look and design of that. It looks good. And the bearings and all of the hardware for all of these pivots, so a couple redesigned links, totally redesigned bearings and hardware setup, which makes it a lot more durable, easier to service, more mechanic friendly, and yeah, just good refinements that you'd kind of expect a boutique high-end bike brand to be making to all of their bikes as they, iterate on different versions of them. So other than that, that's, I guess, kind of it. Couple new colors, this orange tan color, raw carbon with bronze decals, which looks really good. And otherwise, it's like mostly still the Revel Ranger that I know and love and want to continue riding. So yeah, good stuff. These bikes we do have available for demo in all 3 of our stores in California, Nevada, and Pennsylvania. Revel also has plenty of dealers all around the country and the world, and they do a demo tour too, and they go to a lot of events, so it's a pretty easy bike to find a way to test it out and ride it for yourself, and maybe see if you also feel the same way I do about it, which is just a good all-around mountain bike that you'll probably end up choosing more often than any of your other bikes. At least that's what I've done over the last few years. So that's it. That's all. Feel free to drop any questions down below in the comments or hit us via email or phone anytime about Revel stuff. Happy to answer and talk about that any day, all day. And yeah, share this with your mountain bike friends if you have any, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Cheerio.